Hello, author dltillery here, the mistress of horror. Also, when I'm the goddess of writing, I'm the goddess of the dark. I'm here as a solo goddess tonight, but I'm here nonetheless. This is the first stream for the goddesses of writing for 2024. So I had to be here rather solo or not. Um, so I'm going to be working on my poetry writing tonight. If I finish up the last poems for the collection, then I'll move on to something else. I plan to at least write for 2 hours here live, at least. If I feel inclined, maybe a little bit longer. Hello, Mama Maga. I'm happy to see you. Thank you for popping in. So let me know what you're working on here in the chat. If you're working on anything, maybe you're not writing, maybe you're reading, or maybe you're not doing anything. Either way, it's fine. Oh, really? Formatting glitches are fun. Not. Well, I hope you catch it. I hope you catch it because those are fun. Um, it was a busy day today because, at least for the channel, because I entered doing the Gothic Hearts Reading Challenge again for this year. And hello, cool gamer. Thanks for popping in. So I had that video announcement come out today. Plus, it's the second Sunday, so that means my writer's vlog came out. I didn't release any of my shorts today. I tend to release shorts on Monday through Thursday. Sometimes Friday, depends. But I didn't do any of those today. It's Sunday, so you should see some tomorrow. So still the live stream tonight. So that was like 3 things going on my channel today. So I still wanted to do it, even though I had a lot going on the channel today. Right? Yeah. Thank you. I guess it doesn't always have to be scary. Technically, it is because it's gothic, but um, some of the stuff you can find because Aphrodite would not be being a part of it if it was too scary. Some of the books that I read last year for the challenge, I don't think any of them were scary, but I guess you can't, always listen to the Mistress of Horror because some things don't scare me to scare others. But I would not. It's in the horror family tree. I mean, certain books are definitely going to fall in there, like Turn of the Screw. That definitely has more horror inclinations in it. Some people with gothic romance tend to lean on the fantasy sometimes, even on the paranormal at times. So I wouldn't call them scary per se. Some of the best ones I read last year technically weren't scary. They were like more paranormal leaning, gothic setting. You know what I mean? So I don't, and if we go classic gothic romance, none of those are scary or horror based, in my opinion. Like, so I guess someone may, because of course you got like the classic like Dracula and Sleepy Hollow and stuff like that. But I'm thinking like the ones with the women running away from the castle settings. Technically, those aren't very scary. I mean, situation's scary if you were human, obviously. But in the sense of reading, I don't know. You probably can find plenty that's not too scary though, but you would have to check. So, oh, the glitch was with the paragraph separation bar. Ugh, that sounds fun. Hey, I'm with her on that. I do like mine spicy too, especially if we can go into the romance setting. Um, I could go either way on it if I'm reading romance. I do like mine to be a spicier romance. I'm not gonna lie. When they say like light spice, I'm like, light on the spice? Am I supposed to be happy about that? So yeah. Aphrodite and I both. That's true. We do prefer these spicy your versions of it. The books that I end up picking, actually, I think I might be able to do screen share here with you all. Let me see if I can pull up my document, my folder that has my book covers in it. Because you probably caught my video earlier, but I'll show them here since I don't know who didn't catch it. Let's see if I do. Share screen. Da, 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 da. Yep. All right. So let me. I really can't tell that it's blocking. Oh, okay. Let me do this so I can see what I'm doing with this. Yeah, I know thing. Let me see if I can get the got whole screen here, but oops, that's not what I'm gonna do. Let's move the documents all in your face. So I want to see if I can, because it's not like they're on. I don't have them on the web, so maybe I should do window. Actually, let me try this instead. Let me do window because that might be better. And share that. So this is the first one that's in the one prompt, and I think I have my prompts here. The one prompt I had came up with: the Dracula read a gothic story with a vampire love interest. Blood Rose. That is Blood Rose, but that's the second book. Let me pull it down. I'm going to do my best to make sure I read that one, but yeah, let me flip to a different one, because when you do window, it's all like, oh, okay. Share. So this is the first one, Blood Orange by Karina Haley. That one is actually just a Dracula duology. And it sounds really good because anything that's like a Dracula based, and then it's 2 books, so I'm gonna have to read both of these. I have to. So I kind of counted myself in for 8 books instead of 7. And then Black Rose, the one I showed first, that's the second book, so it's like the sequel. So I have to read that one. And then the other book, hold on a second. I'm just gonna add these different ones, because if I add the let's see. It's much easier if I do it with like entire window, but it only let me do the tab. So this is where I keep in all the ones, and then does that work that way? It probably doesn't. It's such a pain. Anyway, let me just do that and stop that. It's like no. Okay. A video file. I want to do like the entire screen, so it makes it so much easier without keep adding. It's such a pain. Anyway, so this one here is Hollow, which is the one for the wife in the attic retelling of a classic Gothic story. This one is a retelling of Sleepy Hollow, which I'm ecstatic about. That's because I'm a Sleepy Hollow fan, though. But this is more probably spicier, as you mentioned, Mommy Maggie. I prefer spicy. I do. So I really am excited about reading this one. Really excited. So I have a lot of stuff I need to get done before February rolls in, because I'm gonna be reading like all this stuff. And this has a sequel as well, so I feel inclined to read both. I really do. And that's this one, Legend. So, like, I feel inclined to read this one as well. Like, I really do. Because the second one, like, I really feel like it. This is my pick for the Gaywick read a gothic story featuring LGBTQ plus main characters. So this one's called Mort by Loki Renard. The story sounded very intriguing, so I definitely was excited to find that in the gothic romance setting. I was like, yay. So I'm looking forward to reading that one too. And then I picked this, and then now I ended up picking 3 books that had second books. Like, this one here. No, that's not the first one. This one. Soletta. Now, Soletta. That one is for the Moonflower category, where it says read a gothic story with an exotic setting. I picked this one because this one is like Spain or Morocco. Is definitely exotic setting. Also very intriguing story, and it has a second book, hence this one. So I picked like a book that had like all the duologies, technically sequels to them. So I'm kind of like, oh, why did I do that? Why did I do? I didn't mean to, since I was very intrigued by the other, like the first book. So I'm like, oh man. And this one is the one I picked for my BIPOC gothic romance, where one of the main characters has to be BIPOC. So I was like, I really like Angela J. Ford, and I read one of her books last year, so I went with another one that's in her gothic romance series. So I'll be happy to read that one. I know I gave like her books 5 stars last year, so this one I would imagine is going to be just right up my alley. And then this one here by D. Lieber was The Curse of Moonseed Manor. This one is for the Wuthering Heights read a gothic story featuring a large estate. I read all the like blurbs, and they really resonated with me. So that's kind of what I was basing my picks on, alongside having to fit the prompts. And then of course I picked Turn of the Screw, which I read when I was a child. So it's been a long time. So it's going to be like a new read for me anyway. That one was for Jane Eyre, read a gothic story featuring a governess. So actually excited about reading all of these. So my February will be busy, to say the least, with reading. Heavy with reading. So anyway, I don't know who else is going to just join us to do it. We always have a live stream to talk about like our books and stuff after the fact. So yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, Legend's a really nice cover. Yeah. I'm probably going to do I might do all the individual reviews for these. Because I usually do my review show is, mixture of book, movie, and video game. So I believe I have a book episode coming up this month. I have to check my rotation. It might be a movie time. I'm not sure. But I'm definitely going to be reviewing some of these in that, because I'm excited just to see, like, I hope they're all good. I don't usually DNF books, like I mentioned in my video. I usually don't. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. It doesn't really happen too often to me, so it'd be a little weird if it does. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and prepare for the first sprint of the night. Again, if anyone is writing with me or reading, then please let me know what you're working on in the chat. Again, if anyone else pops in, I'm going to be working on my poetry collection. I'm finishing up poems. I tend to dictate my poems, so they're spoken out loud. So I always mute, of course, when I'm doing it live. So, and I usually turn my camera off because I'll be making all kinds of faces probably. I could get a timer, because I do actually have some timers, and I'm probably going to do a 30-minute sprint. So let me pull up one of my timers that I have somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. Let me stop. Let's see. I have 30-minute timers. Oh, this one might be fitting. I don't think I've used the blood moon to go off this. Let me pull that one up. Close that. It's loading. There we go. All right, let me screen share. Close that. Let me go to screen share again for. Yep. I'm going to be sharing this screen. Share. That's right. And I will large screen it and play. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and start, and I will see you when the timer is up. Happy writing. Turn that down. And we're back. Alrighty. How did everyone do who is doing things? Let me know in the chat. People pop in. Hey, Dante. Nice to see you. And Max. Nice to see you. Oh, boy. So I did manage to write 3 poems for the collection. And started the 4th one. So it's going pretty good. Not bad for 30 minutes, I'll say. Not too shabby. Oh boy. Poetry. You have the people that read poetry and the people that don't read poetry. So, poetry collections that do decent must have really caught the eye of the people who love reading poetry, is all I can say. Obviously, I buy poetry collections because I love poetry, but I guess, it depends on the person, really. Yes, it does. I'm not sure how many poems I'm planning to write tonight. I just know that I was behind, and it's my own deadline, so that's whatever, really. But I do need to be done with these last poems before the end of this coming week, because I need to edit it, and I need like 2 days to edit, just to give myself a relaxed amount of time to edit. And then I have to see about my formatter. I'm not sure she'll be able to get to it this month because she has a lot going on right now. So I may need to wait to get it formatted until like I don't know, she's gonna be busy for a minute. I might have to do the formatting myself this time, which I can. I have all the programs to do it, so if I have to, I will, because I do plan to put up the pre-orders and do the cover reveal the first week of February, because it releases at the end of February. So I'm only giving it a couple weeks to get pre-orders, that type of thing for the ebooks, because I'm not doing anything through Ingram Spark right now, so you won't be able to pre-order the physical copy. You'll have to purchase it when it comes out for those who want physical copies of it. But yeah, the usual thing when you just do KDP, so, which is fine. Talk about Sam from Cali. G.O.W. up the sunset. Yep. So do I need artwork? Well, I'm not going to say that I don't, but the time is kind of pressing. I probably would have needed to already handle that. And if I did do artwork collaboration for one of my poetry books, it would need to be based to the poetry on the page opposite. Because if I put artwork in it, I would want it to be, or illustration, whichever we want to go, illustration in the pages, I would kind of want it to be based to the poem that's across from that, which means that the person I do the collab with, I would need to send the done manuscript to so that they could, read the poetry and then base the art off of that. You know what I mean? Or we would have to have like a voice meeting where I read the poetry and then the artist could illustrate based off of the poem that way. So I'm probably not going to this collection, but I can probably hit you up for the next one I'm doing. So yeah, I could in the future for sure. I have to mention I have other projects that I could use artwork illustration for because I do write children's books too, but like horror. So think like Goosebumps or Coraline, things like that. So at some point, those will be worked on. So I'll hit you up. Maybe we can do a collab for something like that. I don't think I knew if you did artwork. I don't remember you ever showing me any. So we'll have to talk about that because I don't. It's such a long time ago, but I don't really remember you ever saying you may have, but I don't remember ever seeing any. Like, you know what I mean? Like seeing some. Not if you were doing like doodles or something. So you'll have to show me some of your stuff. Okay, so I think I'm probably going to do. I want to try at least do 2 more sprints. I usually like try to get 3 sprints in for my streams. I do like to try to do that. So yeah, let's go ahead and do another sprint. La la la. I could do a different one of my timers. Let me see which other timers I have. I do have other timer, 30-minute timers. My black cat one. Let's see. Most of my timers are 30 minutes. I could do my goddess timer. Do. Let's do the goddess timer for the next one. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that one. Present. The share. You still fighting the formatting work? Oh Lord. That's a pain. I think that one's getting on your nerves there. Sometimes these things just take a while to fix. I was learning the format in InDesign. I heard that one's good, and I've been learning that one. I already know there must be other programs people use, but I heard InDesign is really good for formatting. But I've been using some tutorials to teach myself, just in case backup if my formatter can't do something. So it's always good to know things. All right, so let's go ahead and start the countdown. And I will see you on the flip side. Oh yeah, before we start. Yes, Aphrodite has done and can do her formatting in Word, but she doesn't recommend it for anybody. She said because it's such a pain. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I was like, I need to learn to do it in InDesigns. I heard that it's easier and it goes great into Amazon. So yeah, I don't need nothing getting on my nerves. I don't need nothing getting on my nerves. All right, see you in 30 minutes. And we're back. Well, I'm back. Oh, how did everyone do who is still here and working on things? Let me check the chat, answer any questions I may have missed. Yes, it is expensive. I had decided, that was about a year now I had it. Adobe Create Studio, if you pay monthly, it's up to you really, monthly or yearly. Yearly at one time is still cheaper, but monthly is $30 for all of the apps in Adobe. So you get Photoshop, InDesign, Animation Studio. I mean, it's like 27 different programs or some crazy number. Yeah. So with the 23 a month compared to the 30 a month, I'll probably go with the 30 because of it having all of the programs. But yeah, it's still a bill nonetheless, turns into one. Because I have that and I have Creative Fabrica, the one where you have like all the fonts and all the illustrations and other things. So I have a subscription to that, and I have a subscription to Canva. I have a few subscriptions of things to utilize, but I also has planned to start a business on doing book covers, so it made sense to pay for it. That's why I chose to do it. But yeah, yep, it is cold there. That's true. So I managed to do the one poem I just did is longer than some of my usual ones. Um, so I did 1.5 in that one. Plus, I had to go help my mom for a minute to warm her up some hot water for her tea. So I did run away from it and use a little ladies' room. So that took a couple more minutes. So, I'm going to probably do one more sprint for the night before calling it a night. And probably put us at like 2 hours. Because I started at 7:30, to be not 9:30. So it's almost 9 o'clock now. I probably got a few more poems in me tonight. I plan for the collection to have at least 100 poems. 150 was my goal. I still, I have plenty of poems for that, but it needs to match my theme. So I'm not just putting anything in this collection. It's very specifically dark romance. So, um, all the poems in this book are brand new, except for maybe 25 of them or so. All the ones that have been featured on my Lair of the Mistress show on my channel will be in the book. And then all the rest of the poems are new, written very specifically for this collection. Um, so yeah, I'm excited to do the trailer and to release the book cover. And I did mention in my video that released today that I decided to make my own cover for the collection. I had purchased one about 2 years ago, and I just no longer am interested in using it. I don't like it anymore. So I decided to go ahead and, while learning still, to create my own book cover. I pretty much have the gist of it. I've done a few tutorials. I've tested the waters. So I finished the ebook cover, but I need to make the physical print cover, which means I have to just do the wrap, which means that the spine and the back matter. So I need to do that, which I probably will be working on that the following next Sunday. That's coming because I'll be busy on Saturday. But yeah. Plus, I have a Hafla coming up, a virtual Hafla. As you know, I still run a dance virtual show. Even though I'm a retired professional dancer, I am still doing virtual shows. So I do pre-recorded videos of performances of my own. And I put it together and gather other belly dancers. So we have a hafla that I themed the moon phases and constellation. So I have to finish editing that show. And it's a free to attend virtual event. So if you frequent my Facebook pages or my private personal Facebook page, then you'll find the links there shared the week of it coming up, which is the 27th of January. It's aired live, but it's a pre-recorded show. But anybody can attend, and on the event, it has the Zoom links. We do it in Zoom, and then everyone watches the show. Usually, I announce the next theme for the next hafla doing that, and if there will be a replay of the current one for people who miss it. So if you want to roll in on that to check it out, watch some dancers come up with creative ways to tell stories through dance performance, then please do. My performance will also be featured at the end of the show because I usually perform last out of respect for my dancers that do grace the virtual stage that I am giving them. So I always perform last. So I know a lot of people, when they put their shows together, they have the big names perform last, but that's usually not what I'm doing per se. Usually I perform last out of showing respect to the other dancers as the host of the show. So I always perform last. Even when I was doing my physical convention, I performed last in the show. It's kind of like a bow to my my performers who signed up to perform in the show, at least for me. But I still put these shows together because I love dance so much and it's one of my passions. I'm not a professional anymore. I retired from the physical stage. So I still do the virtual stage. I retired from teaching dance as well. And I did that for about 18 years. And I've done dance since I was a little girl. So that's been about, I don't know. I'm up there now. I'm 40 this year. So I've been doing dance since I was 8. So it's been a long time. Um, but I still do it, and I kind of incorporate telling stories through dance. I always have. So it's just a passion. I probably do till I die. So I still put on these virtual shows, even though they can be stressful somewhat. I still love it, so I still do it anyway. But let's see. Let's go ahead and prepare for the last sprint of the night. And that'll give us a 2-hour mark with 3 sprints under our belt under the last one. So let's see. Should I use the same timer or should I get another one? Let's look and see what I have on my timer list. Oh, this one's always my fun one. I like this one too. I have a playlist of ones. This one's nice. I like my vampire one. Let's go for that one. All right. Let me do presentation. Heading out to make dinner. Yay, dinner. I sure will. You too. Thank you. I appreciate all the well wishes. So let's get this last sprint started. All right, let's see. Share screen. Share. All right, I'm going to mute out and I will see you on the flip side. Anyone who's left, if not, then I'll be talking to myself when I come back, which is fine too. The people who come in, they can always catch it. All right. See you in 30 minutes. And that was time. Well, I did manage to finish 3 more poems, so I'm actually about done with the collection. Just have a few more to do for it to finish out, so that's good. Happy for that, because it was a bit of a scratch. I'm past the deadline originally set, which it was just a kind of safe deadline. I still have plenty more time considering the release and everything like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap up for the night. Thanks to everyone who popped into the chat and chatted with me. I hope you got some work done for those who were writing. And the next stream is on the 28th. And I'll see if any of the other goddesses will be able to make it by that point. It's still early part of the year, so everyone's still quite busy from the holidays. So it may just be little goddess me again. But I will be here. As you know, I upload videos every Sunday, and I'm doing shorts now, Monday through Thursday. They're usually little horror clips and things like that. So check those out if you haven't. I released 2 videos today. Usually it's only 1, but I'm doing an extra thing. So check those videos out if you haven't. Give me a like, and if you're new here, give me a subscribe too, so that helps me out. If you have not subscribed to my newsletter, then if you check any descriptions of any of my videos, then you can actually do that through my links, and also you can go directly to my website and subscribe that way. It is a quarterly newsletter, so I kind of like keep you up to date what I'm doing, new books, and I also do some horror things, and I give you a poem each time, and I let you know what I'm reading and who you should check out. Anyway, I'm author D.L. Tillery, the Mistress of Horror, and I will see you in the next stream. Stay scared.